One, Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I just did one on Gorsuch, but there's one more I would like to do on this one because this one slightly annoys me. Democrats weigh deal to let Gorsuch through. So they're essentially coming up with an idea to come up with some deal with the Republicans to confirm Gorsuch. They're trying to get concessions out of it. Let's read it first. A group of Senate Democrats is beginning to explore trying to extract concessions from Republicans in return for allowing Supreme Court nominee Neil Gorsuch to be confirmed, according to multiple sources familiar with the matter. The lawmakers worry that Gorsuch could be confirmed whether Democrats try to block him or not, and Democrats will be left with nothing to show for it. That would be a bitter pill after the GOP blocked Merrick Garland for nearly a year. The deal Democrats would be most likely to pursue, the sources said, would be to allow confirmation of Gorsuch in exchange for a commitment from Republicans not to kill the filibuster for a subsequent vacancy during President Donald Trump's term. The next high court opening could alter the balance of the court, and some Democrats privately argued that that fight will be more consequential than their current one. Guys, you guys are eating dirt. You guys are eating dirt. Neil Gorsuch had $10 million in dark money circulating about to get him into this position. Millions of dollars went towards keeping Garland out of that position. The Democratic president put up Garland, middle of the road, milquetoast Garland. The other party stonewalled him for a year. Is that same Democratic Party going to turn around? And look, that was Obama's rightful pick. Constitution, it was his rightful pick. They wouldn't even give the guy a hearing. Are you really going to turn around and eat dirt and confirm their guy after what they did to your guy? Look, personally, if I was Obama, I would have tried to put him in that slot regardless. If Republicans want to take me to court, fine, take me to court. We're going to make that argument. But that's better than standing pat, emasculated. Just completely emasculated. And then turn around to add indignity to the injustice by essentially confirming their right-wing lunatic of a judge. This is the same guy that thought the torture gulag in Guantanamo was just awesome. Thought it was great. This is the same guy who ruled in favor of a company that had a guy stuck in a truck overnight, freezing to death, saying that because the guy had left, that it wasn't necessarily the company's responsibility. Something crazy like that. You're going to confirm this guy. You're going to confirm this guy. That's amazing to me. Yeah, that's amazing to me. That's a bad idea. That's a horrible idea. For one, you're believing that the next one is the most important one. How do you know there's going to be a next one? Like, you're assuming that something is going to happen within those 4 years to bring up a vacancy. You don't know that. You could literally be confirming this guy for nothing, for squat. Not just ending up with nothing, ending up with less than nothing. Because understand the severity of what's taking place. One president, Obama, was supposed to put in his pick for the Supreme Court. That Supreme Court pick would have been there for like 20, 30 years. Instead, the Republican Party said, yeah, no. They were even saying stuff like, oh, we don't need a Supreme Court. Nothing says that we have to have a Supreme Court. These are the things they were talking about as they were trying to justify blocking Obama's pick. They assumed that Hillary was going to win that contest, which is why they were making that point of, yeah, we don't think, who says we need a Supreme Court? But now, under this circumstance, after all that happened, are you really going to... That's amazing, man. That's amazing. You need to stop believing that you have any measure of control in this process. What I mean is, they can strip that filibuster away from you at any point along the way. The deal that they are trying to make, they're trying to say, all right, if you let us keep the filibuster, we'll vote for Garland. I'm making a point. that is the worst thing you can do. A, you don't know if you're going to need to put in somebody in that position anyway. It's possible that Garland is the only person. Particularly if Trump is horrible. You may be able to get through these 4 years without him putting anybody else in that spot. 2, they can strip the filibuster away from you at any time. Anyway. Are you certain they want to do it? Understand, these people aren't stupid. At the very least, they know politically that they're probably not going to be in this position all the time. In the past, they've been hesitant, both parties, to destroy the filibuster in this way because they know that at some point they're going to be in the minority party and they're going to want the protections of that filibuster. If Mr. McConnell is going to go the nuclear option and just nuke it, just totally obliterate it, certainly Mitch McConnell knows that at some point they're going to be out of power. Particularly with Donald Trump. If Donald Trump is bumbling and messes stuff up royally, they are going to be out of power. And all of these things of filibustering for, from the beginning of a term to the end of the term goes out the window. They would have nuked it themselves. If they want to do it, let them do it. Let them do it. Give them all the responsibility for everything that takes place under their presidency. Make a big stink out of it. They essentially said, look, we had no power whatsoever in that process. They removed that filibuster and they pushed all the stuff through. All the damage that takes place under their reign. Give it to them. Believe it or not, that is your only play. That's your only play. You have no power in this process. You guys have lost everything. Start acting like it. You're trying to make deals and everything else. No. If you're going to resist, resist. Make the Republicans prove their ideology. They can't prove their ideology. Their ideology works against all the things that they talk about in regards to the lower end of the spectrum or the lower end of their voter base. Don't help them in this process. Not to mention, it just looks bad. It just looks bad. Yeah, dude. Don't. This is horrible. This is horrible. I read something early on that said they were thinking about confirming Gorsuch. At this point, apparently, they're looking for any kind of magical door, including putting this maniac on the bench. That's sad. That's sad. All right, guys. Thank you.